Will Miles Morales be playable in ICYMI Spider-Man? That is a good question. What's up, guys? Welcome back. This is Khaled B. Welcome to my channel. This video is going to be about Miles Morales' potential combat style, abilities, and how he might fit into ICYMI Spider-Man universe. So let's get into it. So ICYMI has stated that Miles plays a part in the story for their game. Some people think that means that Peter is going to die and Miles is going to take over, and I think that's highly unlikely. I think Insomniac plans on making more than one, if not a series, out of this universe. So killing Peter seems kind of premature, don't you think? Based off the trailer, I think Peter is definitely going to get infected by Mr. Negative, assuming his powers do the same thing that they do in the comics. And in the comics, Mr. Negative can turn a person inverted or evil. So I'm not sure if Marvel wants an evil Spider-Man in their game, but that's another video. So let's just say that Miles is playable. How is he going to fight? And how is he going to get his web shooters, his suit, and his powers? Now, in the Ultimate Universe, Miles got his powers from another spider from the same experiment that gave Spider-Man his powers. He got his web shooters and formula from Aunt May after Ultimate Peter died. Finally, he got his costume from Nick Fury, which was delivered by Jessica Drew, the female clone of Spider-Man. So the issue that we have, guys, is that all that happened in the Ultimate Universe. This game doesn't look like it's pulling from one universe. We have the 616 and we have the Ultimate. Looks like it's a mixture of both. So I would not assume that they're going to follow the comic to the letter. So this is my theory. This is what I think they're going to do. I think that Miles is going to receive his abilities differently in this universe. I think that Peter is going to be the one to give him a suit and web shooters, and maybe he takes him under his wing and trains him. As for Miles' gadgets, he only has web shooters, but maybe in this universe, Peter can build him a few gadgets that can be used with his abilities. And now that I think about it, maybe he's not fully in control of his powers. Now I feel like Miles, if you want to get like a mental picture, I think a great example would be Nightwing from the Arkham series. Nightwing used his electric sticks and he uses acrobatics and agility, and he could shock opponents. He could do like big blast. I feel like Miles could be similar to Nightwing, and that is not a bad thing at all. Although my only gripe with Nightwing in the Arkham series is his blast, they only shock. Like, I want to be able to take somebody out. So it would be nice to see if Miles can do that in this game, if he's playable. Now, the great thing that I'm really excited about is if Miles is actually playable in this game, that will be the first time for me that I will be able to play with him the way he's supposed to be in the comics. Because one thing I hate in Spider-Man games is when they add costumes for other Spider-Man characters and then they give them to Peter, and then Peter doesn't have any of the abilities from the comics. It's like, it's just a skin. It's not really the character. So it'll be really cool to see Miles get like his own unique play style and gadgets that are unique to him, and be able to use his abilities, his extra abilities, his abilities that make him different from Peter. So let's get into Miles Morales' powers. In the comics, Miles has camouflage, venom strike, and full body energy burst. With camouflage, he can turn himself invisible, and what's great about that is, imagine using that in a stealth situation. Imagine going invisible and tapping someone on the shoulder and taking them out with a venom blast. Like, that would be amazing. It would make him really different from Peter. As for his venom strike or venom blast, it has different uses in the comics. In the comics, it can be instant or it can have a delayed effect. And he's also shown that he can put his fingers on the ground and he can shock anyone standing. He actually did that to Peter in the comics in Spider-Man. So finally, we have full body energy burst, which was just shown in the comics. Miles was captured by Black Cat, and he did not realize that he could channel all his bioelectrical energy throughout his entire body to create an energy burst. And it's a really cool power. I'm not sure how they would translate that into gameplay, but it would be nice to have maybe it's like an ultimate or advanced move for him. Maybe if you build your combo meter all the way up to the top, that could be your reward. Now, I'm not sure what Insomniac plans for Miles. They said he plays a big part, so him being playable doesn't seem very far-fetched to me. But I do want to leave you guys with a thought. Who's to say that Miles is the only Spider-Man or woman in this universe? I mean, I would love to see Spider-Man 299. I would love to see Spider-Gwen in this universe, and I would love to see them playable. But one thing I want you to remember is, Insomniac said that we may see a lot of familiar faces, but they may have different roles in their game. So don't expect everything to be clear cut. And I think that's smart, because if they make it too predictable, it's not going to be fun. So, think about that. Maybe there are other Spider-Man and women in this universe. Maybe they're playable. Maybe they're trying to pull another Arkham. Maybe they're trying to be like Arkham. And I would not mind that at all. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Just to remind you, I did attend E3. I got to work at the SpiderMan booth. I got to meet the developers. They're really cool. They really care about the product, and they really care about Spider-Man, and I know it's in great hands. So thank you so much for tuning in. Please like, share, and comment. Take care.